Alright, good morning. Welcome back out. Thursday morning. I've already done a little bit of work. I sorted this out. Sorted the bolts out underneath. Cut those bolts off in there. So now I'm going to get that piece of steel there, measure this, see what dimensions I need, and if I'm going to be able to make it with that. I should be able to. If not, I'll have something outside that I can use. So I have had a bit of a tidy up in here this morning, but you wouldn't think so to look at the bench, because I was looking for bolts and stuff. So let me sort this out and I'll put you in the stand and we'll come back and have another look. Okay, I went out and had a look. There's not enough of this blue stuff, but I went inside and had a look, and I've got a couple of these drawers that I had left over for when I made this. The only problem with this being, this material's 1.5 and my bender will only take 1.2. 0.3, I suppose I could probably stretch it, you know. It's not a very big solid thing, but I might be able to push my luck. Whatever the capacity. Oh, 1mm, not even 1.2. I thought it was 1.2 mil. I know I bent 1.2 mil in it, but this stuff might be a little bit much. I don't know. Let me think about it and we'll come back. Okay, I've had a bit of a win here. I had a look at this and it's got these adjustments. So I've undone that lock screw and adjusted it back, and as you can see, now I've got more than enough gap there to fold that steel. Probably a little bit more than I need, but that's okay. It'll just give me sort of slightly rounder corners, which is fine. So let's go down now and start marking. It's my fucking dog barking. He never shuts up. What are you barking at? He's lucky he's an adorable pain in the ass. Alright, let me go down here and I'll see what I can do about marking this out, and then we'll start doing some shit. Righto, just a quick sketch. That's what I'm after. 170, so that'll cover the length I can fit, you know, like the energy drinks. It's 170, they're about 165, so they're only about 140. And then 70 high, because that'll allow me, that's my rule. Let me see, you'll see it's about 65 width, so I'll make it 70, and just 30 just to come over the top, so to stop the cans flying out. Although that's not going to stop little cans flying out, is it? I might, down this bottom end of this, I might have to cut another piece out and just fit it on so that it comes over at the end, so when the can comes down it'll guide them down onto the thing. You'll see what I mean. Let me put you in the stand and I'll mark this out, and then we'll have some fun. Righto, we'll see how interesting I can make this. If not, I'll just edit this out. So we need 370 wide to do what I need to do. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it 370 wide from there, cut that whole thing out, fold it all over, and then the other end I can cut out of the sides or the back to do me cowl on the front. And I can tack that on, I can weld that on, that won't be a problem. So this one's going to be pretty easy, really, because I'll mark it up against the edge here. You can't see that. So 370 watt it's not going to hurt to go a little bit more, is it? If I go 400, I was counting on 30 each side, but that's not going to stop me. There's nothing to stop me from going, say, 50 each side, and that will stop the cans, the smaller cans, the soft drink cans, from flying out. Right. So I might use what I've got all available. It's about 410, or make it 400. 400. So that'll give me another 15. Did I say 370? Next to 15 mil a side, and I'd count it on 30. So that'll make it 45. You can see there's a lip under there. It's about 15 mil. About there. And now I've got my tape, and when you try and pick it up, all it does is unwind. That'll give me, well, that'll give me 400, nearly 420, 415. So reminder, dental checkup. Yeah, not for the price they charge. I'll let my teeth fall out. Now, what did I say? 415. 415 minus 170 equals 245 divided by 2. Yeah, screw that. Alright. I mean, geez, if I cut this end off, that'll give me even a little bit more. I might even do that, you know. I'll move you, because I'm not going to cut any more steel with this camera pointed at it, because, like I said, the shutter on the front here won't close now when I turn it off. So it's going to let dust and shit in there. That's why I made my little device to put the camera in while I'm charging it, to keep the dust out of it. So let me cut this off, and then I'll bring you back. Stay tuned. Alright, I've got this cut out. Now, all I need to do is mark it, but I think I've got 428. 428. Wow. It's in the centre, but I'm going to measure it from one edge, from this edge to the centre, because if it's not quite square, it'll throw it all out of whack. So $213.5. Where are we? Right there. I know it's a bit dodgy doing it with the tape measure, but it is what it is, sadly. Where's my square? My big square. That's right, I'll just edit out the bits where I'm wandering around. Where is it? There it is. Alright. Now 170. So is that 165? No, 170 is bloody 85, idiot. So I'll just go 85 each side. And it's going right from the centre of that mark. just, yeah, that just fits. I'm just going to have to be careful when I fold it to fold to the outside of that. Sorry, so you can see the outside of that line. You probably can't see that very well. I can't see it all that well either. When I mark it, I'm going to use the scriber. Actually, I don't know why I don't do that right now. Because it's going to be much easier to see. And my scriber is a seal pick. Works better. So I need to go right down the centre of those marks. That's better. I can see the better. I don't know whether you will, but if I use a scriber as well, it gives me a more defined line. Makes life much easier. Now, the thing I've got to be wary of with this thing now is whether I'm going to have enough room to be able to fold it all the way over. Right. Now we've got our lines marked. I don't know if you can see that. It's our centre line. That'll be the first fold on the ends. That's 90 degrees, then 90 degrees. Let's go up to the bender and see if first it'll bend this stuff. It might not, because it's a bit thicker. Stay tuned. Righto, I've done this first one. It does bend, so I don't know how I'm going to go getting the whole lot done, but we'll see. We will see. It's a bit hard to bend, but it's almost. Now that's the centre. Oh, I might be able to, yeah, I can do it this way. I'll just keep going this way. Let me go and get my tape measure. And brought my cans up. $170 exactly. And of course, it's got bananas on it, so I can't run it that way. Hang on a sec. Use this can hardly see ruler. Trust me, can hardly see it. That's a little bit more, so it's 170 exactly. And that I can't see. That's 170 exactly. That should be enough for the can to fit in there, like that. Righto, let's see if we can get a bend on this. Not even a challenge, is it? I mean, we can do a little bit of manipulation anyway. This one might be a bit harder to get 90 degrees, but we'll soon find out. It'd help if I could see. Can't see shit. $70. 70. Alright, no, that's not going to bend 90 degrees, but how the hell I'm going? How am I going to get that, people? Anybody got a suggestion? I don't want to stick it in the vise. So a sheet metal worker I ain't. I can't go through the back, obviously. I mean, I could always force it and then just fix it up later, couldn't I? Let me see. Let's see if I can kill it. So that I can straighten that out with the rubber hammer. It's not a problem. I might even be able to bend it over the rest of the way. Yep, it's straightened out nice. So now all I need is to take it down and just hit that down. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll bring it back. Got it all square. I took it down the bench and give it a whaling with the rubber hammer. And look at that. And the other can, doesn't matter, see, it's not going to fly out. I'll sit down like that, so it should take 5 cans. And it'll be at about that angle. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's going to look a 1,000 times better than the other piece of crap I had there. So let me take you down the bench and we'll see what we're up to next. Right, I progressed a little bit more than I thought I was going to, but I've got those pins made. I was going to try and salvage the old ones. I thought I've got a bit of 12mm round bar, so I just cut some new ones, bent them and welded them on. They welded on more than enough for that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut out the bits for the end here, because when you drop the cans in, it doesn't need a lot, but when you that rolls forward like that, but that's okay. I'm going to just put just a couple of things, just a couple of straps like that, bend them, and I will just weld them on, tack them on. Just got to stop the can flying all the way forward, so when it'll drop, I'll just drop down. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Oh, jeez, tripping over shit. Because it'll be mostly these. So they'll just go in. So I've got to put these, let me put these bloody things on first, because it's just making life hard because the cans are all over the place. I'll make a couple of things to put on there. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to see. That could be an issue, couldn't it? When you're dropping the can. I mean, once you get it loaded, it's fine, because the cans will sit on top of the others, and they'll feed down fine. It's getting the initial feed, the initial can in. But you want it to be able to empty and then put, you know, while the machine's still running, put more cans in, don't you? What I probably should have done was, yeah, so you still need this. You still need to be able to access that. So I think it's going to work. It will work. I'll make sure it bloody works. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let me cut some stuff out. I'll put these on and I'll bring you back and we'll have another run over it before I finish up for the day. What is it now? Well, not quite midday, but by the time I cut those out and then roll them, in my little roller that I made when I first retired, and I haven't used it yet, so it's about to get used. So just hang on for 2 seconds. So what I'll probably do is that, but cut a little bit more off, cut it off about there. So it really needs to go to there, and just cut that off about there. I had a thought too. I do that sometimes. I do think what I'm going to do, let me widen you out, take you out of the stand without making it too rough. I'm going to, it should work, should still work. I'm going to widen this because I've got that much to play with. So that's starting to stick now. I'll have to try and sort that out. But if I come out to here, they're still going to have the power to pull it. I don't know why that. I probably moved it when I bolted it down, when I bolted this down. Well, this I probably moved. I might just have to stress it a little bit. But it's all it's got to do is, while it's in like that, it's just going to have a little bit extra sticking out here to stop the cans rocking. That'll work. Now see, this is the thing, I heard people commenting on the last video about whether the, well, I could make these for sale. Well, I probably could, and if I did it again, I could probably do it, 100 times quicker, but it's little things like this that you look at it and say, well, really, this is a prototype, a design on the run. I don't even have a drawing or anything for it, so the next one, if I did another one, it would be a whole lot different and probably a whole lot more efficient and a lot better. Because there's little things that I've had to overcome on this that I know that, I know what to do next time to make it work better. But this time this will work. I've only got to extend it by whatever that distance is to there. So let me find my rule. There it is. My spatter covered ruler. Or rule, sorry, not ruler. King Charles is a ruler. 30mm. So if I make it 30mm longer, it just means I've got to pull it apart to do it, which is fine. I'd rather do that than get it right. All I've got to do really is unbolt this, take that off, pull it out. When I put it back in, I'm just going to have to, because it's going to be a lot wider, it's going to feed it in like around that way, So let me finish this first. I'll get these sorted, and when they're on, we'll come back and have a look what I'm going to do with this. Right, back, got that done, and I did that as well. As you see, it's only just a little tiny bit, but when you drop the cans in now, so that, beautiful. Get that one back out, put the short one in, the small cans, which are the ones which would have been the biggest problem. There we go, that's what we want. And this stops it from flying too far forward, and that's going to, like that. So there we go. Just waiting for the bits to come. They should be here next week, I'm guessing. I've got that spring-loaded limit switch so that I can bolt it up here to activate on here. So it's just as soon as it clears enough, it'll activate and it'll hold that switch for about a second before it comes back and lets this go. So just give that 1 second for the can to fall. So that's what I got that spring-loaded one for. It makes life a little bit easier. So yeah, I just got to, now that's decided to, well, it feels pretty easy. I might just replace that. I think that's all that needs, is just slightly stronger spring. I can go and get one of those in town at the that auto one. So yeah, I might just hit that with a liquor paint for now. Where is it? Until rust. I'm going to probably sandblast it anyway, and sandblast it, and what happens when you don't shake the cans properly. That's better. Because they're powder coated. I had to have the thing, I nearly suffocated welding those bastards. The smoke to come off them was unreal. So that's what that's going to look a whole lot better. that whole thing, all that's powder coated. So I don't know if I can re-powder coat it. It's a pain in the bum, and it's hard to, you can't sandblast it off real easy either. So anyway, that's a good bit of progress today, and I'm liking the look of that. Those cans will stop there now. They won't want to topple in that way, which is what I was after. Yeah, now all I need, well, I can't do anything tomorrow. I've got to go down to Sydney Tools at Tuggerah. Got to get down and pick up some stuff. So, and I've got too much work to do here on the weekend. So Monday, I'm hoping that if the parts aren't here Monday, then what I'll do is I'll start doing the frame. I'll bring all of the 25mm RHS that I've got. It's not square tube. People say it's square tube. It's not. Tube's round. It's RHS, rolled hollow section. So I used to call it square tube and got into trouble for it. So there we go. That looks a lot better, doesn't it, than this monstrosity. That's disgusting. As I said, the more I do, and I look at it, I think, Jesus, that looks bloody awful. And it did. That looked disgusting. It would have worked, but it still looked disgusting. That looks much better. And it's not quite as steep an angle as the other one, so they should feed into there nicely. Yeah, I'm happy with that now. Paint all over everything, but that's okay. Like I said, it's got to be clean, sandblasted and painted. So either painted or powder coated. I was only thinking of the scheme last night. I'm thinking I might do black, powder coat that black, do the caps red. Might do the same with that, do that black, paint the tape lock red. Or yeah, it's a bit hard to powder coat that. I might try and clean this and powder coat it. I don't know yet. It will fit in my oven, like some of this stuff will, but like the little bits will. But I don't know whether it's worth powder coating some parts and painting others, because it will look different. So, and I'm going to make a cover for that. Just a little cover. Once I get all the wiring done, because the wiring will go underneath and out of the road, probably down through there. So yeah, it is starting to come together. I want to try, I've got to get it finished before I go to Tasmania. And that gives me, I've got 90 days before I go to Tasmania, so if I can't get it finished then there's something bloody wrong. Anyway, I'm starting to waffle, aren't I? Sorry. Anyway, thanks for hanging around again. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these videos a little bit shorter these days. So, but for those that have made it this far, thank you. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, as always, stay safe. Peace.